We're good. All right. Snap back with T-Mac, halftime edition. This Ole Miss game. Madden, I'll tell you, this game here has been the game of coulda, woulda, shouldas. You
Yep.
know, you look at Ole Miss's, well, first of all, the first coulda, woulda, shoulda. We win the opening deadgum toss, bro.
You got to score right there, dude.
No, hold on.
Got to set the tone, dude.
No, but we win
What
the,
are you talking
hold on. We win the toss and we elect to receive. All right. You got to defer right there. I know you think Ole Miss is a high-powered offense and you don't want to give them the ball first, but that atmosphere in Tiger Stadium, the electricity of it, I don't agree with it. And we've done that a lot this year. And, you know, we go 3 and out. Ole Miss gets the ball back, and then they have a wide open receiver that
Drops it.
yeah, he just drops it. So that's two things in the game, and then you look at Whit Weeks, you know, that hit. I thought my heart dropped right there. I'm like, dude, we're about to lose our playmaker on defense, and then luckily he stayed in the game, and then
Made a play right
yeah,
after
yeah,
that.
we said that before the game. I knew, you know, he's an unbelievable playmaker. And then Lacey, you know, Lacey goes down. Looks like it could be an injury that could end his season, and he comes back in the game. It's just been a great ball game, and we talked about somebody else needed to step up. I was saying Aaron Anderson, but Xavion he's
Yeah.
stepping up and he's making plays and had a couple there just off his fingertips, but. What an unbelievable game. The Tigers are in it. You know, the way it started, I wouldn't have thought it would be a 3-point game going into half, but we got to get a big stop here. What's your thoughts?
I mean, defense has definitely been playing good. We just got a secondary safety's got to play a little better. I think Major Burns could have made that play in the end zone.
And
He was right up on him.
Yeah, Ole Miss's offense they're electric, man. They're hard to stop when they start going with that tempo, and Dart's a player, man. He's a
Yeah.
dude that can throw it down the field and
Can tote it a little bit too.
he can tote a little bit, and the thing I like about him, he's a competitor. You know, you see him getting in guys' faces and want to talk a little bit of trash, but I mean, we're right here where we want to be. You know, you'd love to have a lead going into halftime, but I think with the way this game is gone and some things that you know it could have been a lot worse. You got to like where you are. I don't agree with a few of the play calls that we had there. We had it was a crucial 4th down that we went for.
Yeah.
And we brought hit stick in the game, and from the gun, we tried to go with like a stretch and outside run, and they just hit us in the backfield, and we didn't. You all right over there, bro?
Yeah.
You good? And we didn't convert. So I mean, we got to get our running game going. You know, you can't just stand back there. I know we're getting some chunk plays in the air, but we got to get that running game going. We got to get Durham going also. What else you got, Madden, on this game, guys? You think gonna have to show up and be big in the second half?
I mean, with few of the other receivers hurt, I saw they put Shelton Sampson in the game. He's another receiver that I know is athletic and get something done.
Yeah, and he's a guy they've had high expectations for. You know, he hadn't had any balls thrown his way. But we need a lot of guys to make plays. You know, we're trying to get opportunities to get the ball to Mason Taylor, but I guarantee you, you know, Ole Miss's their game plan on defense was, you know, we're not going to let him beat us in the middle of the field with 10, 15 yards a pop. They got him covered. They know where he's going to be every time. Their DBs are playing really good.
Yeah, but I also think Nuss hasn't been as accurate as he normally is. Like he's throwing behind a lot of receivers.
And that's a good point. You know, you go into this game and you play in these SEC games in LSU or at Tiger Stadium at night. Everything's happening faster. Your heart's beating faster. The crowd's louder. You hear about it all week, how electric's going to be. And you look at Nuss. My guy comes up with face paint, like painted like the Ultimate Warrior.
He does that every game.
Yeah, I know, but everything was happening fast, and he wasn't settled in on those first 3 drives. After that second drive, he wiped the war paint off his face. I don't know if you saw it, but he wiped it off and was like, "All right, we're going to start over." But his personality is that type that, you know, can get going a little bit too much, and he finally settled down. He looks comfortable out there now.
That's what I was about to say. The last few drives, he definitely looks a little more accurate on the dime.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm going to go to the Facebook here. Scott Harrington is saying that Nuss looks slightly off tonight. First big game under the lights, jitters. Like we just talked about, Scott, I agree with you. You know, you can talk about it, but until you're in Tiger Stadium – in Death Valley in the biggest game of the year so far, everything just happens faster. it's like, you got bug eyes and you have to tell yourself to breathe and slow down. I've been in those situations, and it's a big moment. It's hard to control your heart. It's hard to control your thought process, and you just got to try to slow everything down.
I got one right here.
Go ahead.
Fisher Romero says, "How do we feel about the defense in the first half, and what do they need to do to start stopping Ole Miss's defense? Offense."
I feel good about how our D line's playing. You know, up front we're putting pressure. Swinson is he had a big sack. He's gotten close a few times. Weeks is playing well. Ole Miss is going to get their plays. They're going to make their plays down the field. You just can't let them be home runs. We almost let them get the home run early, and then y'all killing me over here. We almost let them get the home run early, and then y'all messing me up.
But
they settled in.
Yeah,
they settled in.
Yeah. Who's 35?
That's the other end.
The other end. He's gotten pressure on.
Yeah, we keep getting pressure. Right, David Messina. He said we're playing with our hearts out there. Our defense is better, but give up too many chunk plays. I agree with you. Ole Miss is going to get them. You just can't let them. You can't let them get those big ones where guys are wide open down the field. We got to be able to go make plays. We'd like to see Trey Dez. We'll talk about Trey Dez. He had a big play. He had got in the first game of the season. You hadn't really seen him a whole lot since, and then he goes in. He's just a big cat down in that red zone, red zone threat.
Both of his touchdowns this year have been in the red zone.
Yeah, he's a mismatch. He's a nightmare trying to guard down there. Eric Duvall want to know if 6M could put some NIL money so we can get some dogs on defense. Eric, we got our defense, in my opinion, is playing the best they've played all year. Like I said, Ole Miss is going to get those chunk plays. You just can't allow those wide open plays. The hitman, my homecoming date, said, "Can we got to get better on third down. We got to stop them on third down." That's the hard thing about Ole Miss. If you stop them on third down, you're going to have to stop them on fourth down, too, because the lane train's going for it.
That when they went for it 4th and 1. We did stop them at one of the first few drives on the goal line.
Yeah, but you got to stop them on third down, and you got to be able to stop them on fourth because they're going to go for it again. I'm going to give y'all some stats right here at half, and you look at these numbers. I was looking at them earlier. Jackson Dart is 13 for 17 for 155. You look at Nussmeier, 11 for 26 for 172. And until those last few drives, if you're just sitting here watching that game, you almost feel like Dart is having a much better game, but Nuss has more yards than he does. Now, of course, Dart had the big play down the field that if that thing's complete, that's another 80 yards you could put, but it didn't happen. But Nuss is right there playing. He's got just as many yards as Dart. He just got to keep going. We got to settle in and keep playing. You may get your shot, bro. You're making me nervous. Go ahead. So we just got to settle in and do what we do. You got to get Durham involved, whether it's in a screen game out the backfield. You got to get this running game going.
We got to talk about the fans, dude. They've had a few offsides in the first half, and then he missed that field goal.
Yeah, and that was a big point in the game. That stadium is unreal. Hopefully people will come back from halftime and keep that same energy. I hope they will, because this is a big game, and we're going to need that crowd noise here in the second half. Scott is saying the only issue he sees on D is that safety. Runs get past our rush, and it's open season for them on our safeties. That's hard at any level. You get past those linebackers and guys in open space. With that, they run a lot of empty, a lot of spread attack. Ole Miss does, and they have you spread out all over the field. It's hard to do. We have to eliminate the big play down the field by Dart and their big receiver 9. He's killing us right now.
He can move.
Yeah, he can move. He can make plays. But I like where we're at. I truly like where we're at right now. Chuck Bro, happy to see that the Targum reversed and Lacey is healthy. Chuck, we talked about that earlier. If you lose Whit Weeks against this Ole Miss offense, it's a completely different game. Whit Weeks is a playmaker. Major Burns has made some plays for us also today. He had one big blitz off the left side, But if you lose Weeks, it completely changes the outlook of this game, in my opinion. And if you lose Lacey, it changes not only this game, but your season. But we have some guys trying to step up other than Lacey on that side of the ball, and I really, really like what I'm seeing. Madden, what's your thoughts? All right, Ole Miss gets the opening kick coming back out of halftime. What's your thoughts if we're going to look up at the end of this game and see the Tigers with more points than the Rebels? What do we have to do this second half?
So to start, we definitely have to stop them on their first drive, and then right after that, we got to score, and we just got to keep putting pressure on Dart, keep trying to get him out the pocket, and stick with it.
Yeah, I like it. And you see the plays that Dart does have those big throws down the field. He has all the time in the world. Those big linemen for Ole Miss, where there's a couple times we're rushing straight down the middle of them, and you can't let him sit back there. And then when he scrambles and does get out of the pocket, you got to make him pay, because he's not the type of quarterback that's going to run out of bounds. Mm-hmm. So, I agree with you. We got to go stop them here. And then when we get it, we got to control it. And it's going to come down to, in my opinion, what team wins the turnover battle here in the second half. Whit Weeks forced a big fumble there at the end that changed us for the Tigers, which we could have gone in tied up. But luckily, we went in and got the field goal. Whoever wins the turnover battle here in the second half is gonna win this ball game. And whatever team has the most rushing yards in the second half. It's going to be fun to watch. It's going to be electric. Madden, you got anything else over there on your side?
Nothing over here.
So a fun ball game. LSU and Ole Miss. David Messina, keep up the good work. They enjoy our shows. Need more of them. So they want more of us, brother. Think you can handle it?
Yeah, maybe we can start doing some Saints games or something like that.
No, we ain't doing no Saints games. You better get out of here. All right, so y'all, let's go enjoy this second half. Tigers got to go get it done. Let's go do it. Good?
We that, baby. We that.
Killing me.